Hi everyone and welcome back to the bench. Today on the healing bench we have these two Bluetooth speakers that are quite long and don't really fit into one frame, but they're both the same and they have the same problem, which believes me to think that this is a factory issue. If we try to turn them on, there's a switch here on the side. You'll hear that they actually turn on, but the problem on both is that they have a broken charging port, and it's the same issue on both. The batteries inside still are not empty. So today we will try to either fix the ports. You can hear that we have one of them inside here, or in the case of this other one, completely replace it with an external port. And before we start opening them up, I want to thank today's sponsor, which is PCBWay. I've been using PCBWay for all of my projects so far, and they always help me to bring a complex design from a digital sketch into the physical world. Whether you need professional grade PCB manufacturing or high-end custom parts, they are a total game changer. Think of PCBWay as a full-scale factory right at your fingertips. Beyond just circuit boards, they offer incredible precise CNC machining, 3D printing, and sheet metal fabrication. If you are looking to scale up production, they even handle injection molding. Their instant quote system is fast and simple. You just upload your files, pick your materials, and get professional results delivered to your door. PCBWay takes the guesswork out of engineering so you can focus on creating. Head over to PCBWay.com using the link down below to get a credit toward your first order today. We're gonna start working on the one that we don't have the port inside, so nothing buzzes inside. So to open it up, I'm gonna use a spudger to pry it up. There should be a lock that I should be able to unclip. Definitely not the easiest job in the world, but we are in and we can have a look on the PCB. And from there I was able to also lift up this plastic piece by adding the spudger there. That reveals several screws, so let's remove them next. Now, unfortunately, that didn't help much because looking through the mesh, I can see that there are screws in multiple places behind it, and I was kind of hoping that I was not supposed to get the mesh out because that's metal and can be easily deformed. I even tried opening it up on the other end, but with nothing exposed, so we're gonna be prying carefully on the metal mesh to try and lift it up from the plastic without deforming it. We'll see how that goes. Okay, that wasn't too bad. We managed to get it without deforming. And now let's remove all the rest of the screws. And we seem to be in. Okay. We have some cables here on the end. And what interests us, the PCB. I'm gonna actually unplug all the cables. Okay, and there are 3 screws that hold the PCB in place. We're gonna remove those as well. And we can now finally start working on the PCB itself. And if we take a close look at the PCB, we can see that the actual port was ripped from it. And because for this one we don't actually have a replacement port, I'm gonna try and solder one of these. So this is just a breakout for a USB-C that we can use the wires to solder somewhere on the port where the power is. And then on this cover, because we have quite a lot of space, we're gonna actually drill just a hole for the USB to fit in. Now let's see where we can solder the wires. Okay, so if we take a look at the pins, so the one on the top here should be the positive, and we can verify that by confirming it with ground. So because this one will be across the power supply, and this one here on the far end should be the negative, and this goes through this inductor. So I guess this is some filtering and also some smoothing on the incoming power supply. So I'm gonna solder one of the wires here on the left side of this and on the top side of this. So hopefully that would be connected here, and this would be connected here. Now, since we're gonna be using USB-C, we need to keep in mind that not all of the chargers will work, because this is just a simple breakout for the pins. And if you have a smart charger, then this will not work, because this will require some of the data pins to be connected to a resistor in order to trigger the power supply to actually output the voltage. But since this was USB-B, I won't bother too much, because with any of the dumb chargers we can still charge this and provide enough current to charge the battery. And just to clear out, I know that this side is the ground, because if I connect it here, you can see that this actually connects, and this connects to this side, so I know that this is ground, and that this side from here is the positive supply. Now, one final thing that I'm gonna do before I commit to drilling out the cases is to connect it and actually verify that this will work. So I've added a tiny bit of solder to the wire and to the capacitor, and I'm gonna add to this capacitor here. Well, it says it's a capacitor, but I think it's an inductor. Okay, and I'm gonna solder the wire there. Now I need to be careful, because this is not a very permanent connection and I can easily rip out the components from the board, but I want to connect everything up and verify that it charges before I commit to drilling out the case. Okay, so I've connected both the speakers and I've connected the battery with the plug connected. So I'm gonna use this power bank to provide power. And I think I saw some LEDs on the other side. Yes. So as you can see here, we have a red LED indicating that this is now charging. Let's try and turn it on. We see a blue light and it starts connecting, which is okay. So we know that this will work and we can now drill out the cases. Okay, so I made the hole and added the connector through that hole. I did that off camera because I was working down in my basement workshop. So now we have a plug that we can plug in, but on the other side I shortened the leads so we have just enough space if we ever want to open this, and there's not too much cable that we need to cram in once we close it. I'm gonna remove the connector that I added here, and I'm gonna actually solder the wires now from the actual port that we're gonna use, because otherwise Once we close this, we will not have access to it anymore. Okay, that should be okay. And now we need to put everything back together. All of these screws are in place, and now it's time to return the grill. But you can see that this is a bit dirty, so I'm gonna give it a proper clean before I close it up. And finally, to close this off, we need to carefully put the wire inside, and we can press it in. Now let's try it out. I think that hole there is for the charging LED. And if we plug it in, actually no, but I can see the LED from here. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get that on camera. There, you see it. That's the LED. If I unplug it, it turns off. If I plug it in, there's just the slight red glow that's coming in from inside that you can probably see now. So this is now charging. Let's try and turn it on. And it still works.
Bluetooth mode.
Now for the second one, we actually have the port that was ripped off. And you could see here that we have bends in the legs, but we also have a bend in the housing. You can see how that is bulged upwards. So I don't think that it will be a good idea to just solder this one on, because eventually we're gonna end up with the same problem, because it happened once and now it happened twice on two different speakers from the same brand. So we're gonna be actually doing the same thing as we did with the other one. I already drilled the hole and added the socket. So I'm gonna trim and prepare the cables, open this one up, and we're gonna solder the connector inside. And now with the second one, I've unplugged the battery so I can freely work on the board. I'm gonna try to add some fresh solder to the component so the wires can be easily soldered on. And it's important that you have small tip when you are working with such a small components, and just take your time, so don't rush it. The angle on this one is not ideal, so I'm gonna use tweezer to hold the wire. Okay, that should be okay. Let's try it up before we close it in. So I'm gonna plug it in, and yes, I can see the LED glowing inside, so that's good. Now let's close it up. Okay, the enclosure is closed. Now let's gently tuck in the wires inside and close the cover. Okay, that seems nice and tight. Let's give it one last check before we declare it as done. So yes, you could see that it triggered the power bank, and also If we take a look inside at just the right angle, you could see that the LED is glowing inside, indicating that the battery is now charging. And with that, I'm gonna end the video right here. We now have two fully functional speakers that previously weren't able to charge because of the broken USB ports. Now that is all fixed and we've replaced this with USB-C. These are inexpensive connectors that you can get for really cheap online. I'm gonna have them linked down in the video description if you want to use them on your project. And it's an easy way how you can add USB power to the projects. I'm gonna ask you to subscribe if this kind of repairs is something that is of interest to you. I have a Patreon where you can support my work, YouTube things that you're gonna like this video next, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Cheers!